We all know Ben 10, the watches, the aliens, the global phenomenon. But did you know there's an official Japanese manga version of Ben Tennyson that dates back to 2009? Today, we're diving into the bizarre, high-speed, and surprisingly slapstick world of Go Neighborhood Alien Gag. And it's a version of Ben Tennyson you have never seen before. To understand why this manga exists, we have to look at where it was born. The pages of CoroCoro Comic. If you aren't familiar, CoroCoro is the legendary Japanese monthly magazine that launched Pokemon, Beyblade, and Duel Masters, popular characters like Sonic, Mario, Doraemon. It is famous for its gag manga style, stories that take serious characters and put them in absurd, slapstick situations. In January 2009, while the United States was busy watching a teenage Ben fight the hybrid and alien force, Japan decided to take a different route. They went back to the 10-year-old Ben we all loved, but they handed the keys to a manga artist named Makoto Hijioka. The result? A 7-page fever dream that feels more like Looney Tunes than Cartoon Network. The story kicks off with a premise so simple it's almost a cliché. An old lady has lost her fish because of a cat. Normally, this would be a 5-second scene in an episode, but in the world of Neighborhood Alien Gag, it's a catalyst for international disaster. Ben decides to help, and he starts by transforming into XLR8. Now, in the show, we know XLR8 is fast, but this manga takes things to a CoroCoro level of extreme. The narration explicitly states that Ben is moving at 800 kilometers per hour. He's moving so fast, in fact, that he loses his sense of direction entirely. And it was hilarious because, in a single panel, Ben accidentally runs across the ocean, arrives in Egypt, just to catch a cat. Even he doesn't know how he ended up here. Then, for reasons only the author knows, grabs the Great Sphinx of Giza and drags it all the way back to Japan, thinking it's the cat. When that obviously fails, Ben decides to switch to pure muscle. He transforms into 4 arms. The manga gives us a specific power scaling stat here. 4 arms is as strong as 100 grown men. He's 9 foot 8 inch tall. But instead of using that strength to gently rescue a kitten, Ben's help results in him accidentally demolishing the local neighborhood. It's that classic gag manga trope where the hero's assistance is actually a bigger threat than the original problem. But the real highlight, or perhaps the low point for Ben's dignity, is when he tries to use gray matter. He figures he can use his superior intellect and small stature to track the cat into tight spaces. The irony? In this universe, being small just makes you prey. The manga calls him a slippy, big-headed creature. The cat ends up hunting gray matter, leading to a frantic chase scene that ends with the old lady, the one who lost the cat in the first place, performing a massive belly flop to stop the chaos. The manga ends with a text box that literally states the old lady is stronger than Ben. It's a total subversion of the hero dynamic, and it's honestly hilarious to see the wielder of the Omnitrix get out-muscled by a civilian.
I'm Ben Tennyson, wielder of the most powerful weapon in the universe.
Now you might be wondering, who is the artist behind this? Makoto Hijioka isn't just a random name. He is a veteran of the industry who cut his teeth as an assistant to Takashi Hashiguchi, the legendary creator of Ultimate Muscle, which explains why the art in this Ben 10 manga has such a heavy, high-energy, Kinnikuman feel to it. Hijioka's career is a fascinating map of mid-2000s media. He worked on the manga adaptations for Fossil Fighters, provided artwork for the Pokemon Forever movie, and even worked on Zoids. He has this incredible ability to take established Western designs and Japanize them, giving them the expressive faces and dynamic speed lines that define the CoroCoro era. Even today, he's still active on social media, sharing sketches that prove he hasn't lost that high-octane touch. I mean, I really want to see a serious manga written by Japanese creators, and I think we should support artists like them who acknowledges good shows like this and Japanize them. I mean, I want to see a serious Japanese-style Ben 10 manga or anime. Hope one day we see it. It's easy to dismiss a 7-page gag manga as a footnote, but it represents a fascinating time in the mid-2000s when Western properties were trying to find their footing in the Japanese market. They weren't just dubbing the shows, they were trying to reshape the characters to fit local tastes. Go Neighborhood Alien Gag is a reminder that no matter how serious a franchise takes itself, there's always room for a little bit of nonsense. It's a tiny, weird, and wonderful piece of Ben 10 history that was almost lost to time. But believe it or not, this is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to international Ben 10 spin-offs. Have you ever heard of the Korean manhwa called Ben 10 Science Hero? It's an entire series of educational comics where Ben explains physics and biology while fighting aliens. But that is a deep dive for another day. If you enjoyed this look into the obscure corners of the Ben 10 universe, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. We're constantly digging through the archives to find the stories you didn't know existed. Thanks for watching, and stay hero.